In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Most
In case I
people
don't.
think prison is a place with iron bars, locked doors, and guards watching your every move. But here's the crazy part. Some of the strongest prisons have no walls at all. They exist entirely inside your head. You wake up with them. You carry them to work. You take them into relationships. You even bring them to bed at night. And the wildest part is that most people don't even realize they're locked up. They think they're just being realistic. They think that's just who they are. But psychology has a different take. It says your mind can become a prison when you stop questioning the stories it keeps feeding you. Once that happens, you stop living life based on reality and start living it based on a script your brain wrote years ago. That's a scary thought, isn't it? Think about how often you hear people say, "I'm just not confident. I always mess things up. Nobody really likes me." Or, "I'll never be good enough." Sounds normal, right? But notice something. Those aren't facts. They're stories. Stories repeated so many times that they start sounding like absolute truth, and your brain loves repetition. The more you think something, the less it questions it. Eventually, your thoughts stop feeling like opinions and start feeling like your identity. You don't just think you're anxious anymore, you become the anxious person. You don't think you failed, you become a failure. That's the moment the prison door quietly clicks shut. Here's where it gets even more messed up. Your brain doesn't always care whether the threat is real or imagined. If you keep replaying rejection, embarrassment, or failure in your head, your body reacts like it's happening right now. Your heart races, your stomach tightens, stress hormones kick in. From your brain's perspective, an embarrassing memory from 5 years ago and an actual danger standing in front of you can trigger surprisingly similar alarm systems. So even though nothing is physically stopping you, you freeze. You avoid opportunities, you stay quiet. You play small. Not because the world locked you in, but because your mind convinced you the door was already closed. Now ask yourself this. Who built that prison? Most of the time, it wasn't one big event. It was tiny bricks stacked over years. A teacher who made you feel stupid, parents who only praised perfection, friends who laughed when you opened up, social media showing everyone else's highlight reel while you compared it to your behind the scenes. Maybe a breakup, maybe a failure, maybe one horrible day that your brain decided would define the rest of your life. None of those moments built the prison alone. But together they slowly became the walls, brick after brick, thought after thought. And here's the thing nobody likes hearing. Sometimes we help maintain that prison ourselves. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. Pain isn't always our choice, but staying loyal to the story that pain created often is. We replay old conversations. We keep proving ourselves right. If we believe we're unlovable, we notice every sign of rejection and ignore every sign of love. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. Your brain becomes obsessed with collecting evidence that supports what you already believe. It's basically your mind saying, "See, I told you so," even when it's dead wrong. This is why two people can go through the exact same experience and come out completely different. One person says, "That hurt, but I'll grow from it." The other says, "That happened because I'm broken." Same event, different story. And the story always wins. Your life is shaped less by what happens to you and more by the meaning you attach to what happened. That's the real game. That's where freedom is either gained or lost. So how do you escape a prison that's inside your own head? Not with some magical morning routine. Not by pretending everything's positive. The exit is honestly way less dramatic than people expect. It starts when you catch a thought before it becomes a belief. Instead of automatically believing your inner voice, you ask, "Hold up, is this actually true, or is this just an old recording playing again?" That tiny moment of awareness changes everything, because the second you realize your thoughts are not facts, the bars start to crack. Real mental freedom isn't becoming fearless. It's realizing fear doesn't get to make every decision anymore. It's understanding that shame doesn't get to introduce itself as your personality. It's knowing your past may explain you, but it doesn't own you. Every single day, you have a choice. You can keep serving a life sentence for crimes you never committed, or you can stop letting old stories decide who you become. Because at the end of the day, the strongest prison isn't the one that locks your body away. It's the one that convinces you escaping is impossible. And the moment you stop believing that lie, you've already found the key.